Hey, Manana listeners and viewers, how are you guys? This is Kurt Von Onen, the host of Manana, and I am coming to you on my way to go mountain biking on a new trail for me. So, heading down to Lake Elsinore, Southern California. Gonna go up over the San Joaquin Trail, something like that. Anyway, I'm gonna meet the fellas, and we're gonna do what's called a shuttle ride. So, we're gonna park a couple trucks at the bottom of the hill, and then take a truck to the top of the hill, then ride down, and then shuttle back up, and then ride back down, then go up and get the truck. So, looking very forward to this. This is the first time I'm doing this with the fellas, and I got an early start. I was out a little bit before the sun, got down to Dunkin' Donuts, got a coffee, and I'm stoked. This week has been pretty fun. There's a new thing called The Power of Stages by Peter Vargas, and I've jumped on there, and I love what he's doing. I think he's bringing a really strong message to people to add value and optimize the ability to get on a stage and share a message. And I've really been enjoying that. And you got me thinking about my signature talk, or my signature, what's my story? And, I've mentioned it on here a couple of times, but to me, my story, is obviously where I come from, where I grew up, a suburb of Philadelphia, and some of the trials and tribulations with that. But I'll never forget Mr. Akoff looking at me, throwing me out of high school, a private school that I paid for quite a bit of my own money, and I was behind on tuition. I had helped my mom pay some mortgage bills and power bills and stuff like that at the house. I was behind on tuition, and he pulls me into an office, and this was at a time when they were busing a lot of kids in from the city for free to go to school where I went to school. And so, I knew that kids were going to my school for free, and I was a little behind on my tuition, and I got the whole, hey, you're behind on your tuition, your grades haven't been that great, your attitude kind of sucks. And the truth is, I was a workaholic. I was working more than I was doing schoolwork, and they weren't recognizing things that were going on. They didn't realize that I was working over 40 hours a week and a high school student. They didn't recognize that I was managing retail outlets and had adults as my employees and going to high school. They didn't realize any of this stuff. What they realized was I was behind on tuition, and my attitude didn't seem to be the greatest. So they had asked me to leave. But asking me to leave wasn't enough. This idiot looks me square in the eyes as a young man struggling with what's being presented to him, and says, "You're never going to amount to anything out there." And his actual words were, "You're never going to amount to anything in this life." And when he said that to me, I was a kind of a punk kid, and I blew him off right away. But if we're honest with each other, that sunk in quite a bit. And I went out of my way to prove that man right for the next 10 to 15 years. And to turn my life around and to get back on track with things, like to realize, I don't have to party hard. I can be responsible and have a family. I can publish books and create content that adds value to others. And I can manage projects and run teams in a way that adds efficiency and reduces turnover and increases customer satisfaction. And I think about that little man and the thing that he said to a teenage boy in that office. One-on-one, no oversight, nothing like that. They didn't have, rules like that back when I went to high school. I just can't believe how that transpired, and I wonder how many other people he's done that to. And I wonder how many other people out there that listen to my message or hear what I have to say went through a similar thing. We get judged all the time about our value in this world. We get judged all the time about what we bring to the table, and it really, really hits me deep when I see somebody. I have a woman that works on my team at my number one client, and she's phenomenal. She's great. I hired her for her graphics ability, and she can take what I say, turn it into pictures. It is the craziest thing, because I'm not a visual person. And so when I can give her an outline, give her a paragraph, and say, hey, I need something that represents this. And then she goes to work a day, half a day, whatever. She'll say, oh, how's this? And I'm amazed at how often she's right on the money, where what she has drawn or what she has fabricated has hit the message mark so well. And someone actually said to this woman, grown woman, remember, we're like near our 50s now, right? Someone in their 40s looked at this woman in her 50s and said, for the longest time, I wondered what value you brought to this team, but now I'm starting to see it. And this moron thought that this was a compliment, but it's not a compliment. You look at another human being, that I recruited, that I added to the team for a very specific reason. And, you want to have a conversation with me about my decision to bring her to the team, that's one thing. But he went direct to her and he said, I always wondered what value you brought to the team because I didn't see it. But now I'm starting to see that you can add some value to the team. This poor woman, heartbroken. Nobody should have to take these sideways comments or this nonsense. You are valuable. Whatever talent it is that God gave to you that you can leverage and optimize, that's just the world. That's the world. I believe my talent is in communicating my messages and helping people make their message more clear to a bigger audience and adding value along the way. So, I love you guys. You have a good one. I'm going to go mountain biking. And any day that I get to get up and do something active like mountain biking or a Spartan race or something, I just get jazzed up and I'm full of energy. I mean, the sun's just barely coming over this mountain in front of me, but I'm ready to tackle the day, and I just can't wait. Something like 15, 20 miles of mountain biking, and a lot of it downhill today. That's going to be phenomenal. So, another thing to point out, we are nearing the end of 2019, and I am still hovering around the 200-pound mark. So, eating what I want, drinking what I want, keeping my activity up, and keeping my feelings of health. And that's an important thing to me, right? I want to feel healthy. I want to be able to do the things I want to do. And I want to make sure that I'm enjoying my life along the way. I don't want to feel overly restricted. And man, it's right there. I'm having a blast. So if you want to know more about this lifestyle of fitness and physical fitness, jump onto the Manana No Mas Academy at manananomas.com. And otherwise, I love getting the feedback and the comments from you guys on these videos and podcasts. If you keep that up, that'd be fantastic. And have yourself a winning day. If you're listening to this on Saturday, the day that I'm making it, man, if you haven't already got plans to go out and enjoy something or just kill it doing something, crush something, then I hope I can encourage you to get out and crush something. Pick something you want to do and get her done. All right, mañana no más. Peace.